It's showtime, folks!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Swiss Knife. We are on the road to WrestleMania, and today we're going to be talking once again about the build to the main event to WrestleMania. So let's get right into it. Triple H came down to ringside for a promo, and Triple H, I'll say that Triple H is one of the better heel promo guys in wrestling today. But last night, there's getting some heel heat, there's cheap heat, and then there's just pandering to the crowd for boos and jeers. And that's what Triple H kind of did last night. It just didn't feel organic. Like, comparing it to Chris Jericho's promo at Roadblock, that felt organic, and it got some heel heat. But Triple H last night, it was like they sat down and said, let's just say as many bad things as possible in 5 minutes to get them to boo. And it was all in an effort to get Roman Reigns over as the face. But as he would say things like, you guys are just like Dean Ambrose, the crowd would cheer. But when he said, you guys are just like Roman Reigns, they would boo. And that is very telling. So Ziggler came down, and of course, they finally got the crowd to boo Triple H, because the crowd loves Dolph Ziggler. So get into the post-match Ziggler Triple H. Roman Reigns comes down, and here went the boos again. And the crowd was cheering him, and you heard some minor cheers mixed in, but for the most part, they were booing him. And throughout the whole beatdown, it was nice to see Roman Reigns as serious and not laughing or anything. I like that Roman Reigns, but it's a tad bit too late to get him over as a face like that, because the crowd has made it up in their minds that they're going to boo him for the most part. So with that being said, the WWE of 2016 needs to do what the WWF of the 90s would do and just go with it. Just for example, in the 90s, with Bret Hart and Steve Austin, there was a time when Bret Hart would get booed in the United States and cheered when he went back to Canada. And it was a cool dynamic, because WWF just said, well, screw it, let's just go with it, it doesn't matter. And with Reigns, I really think that they need to do the same thing. Next week, they should just have Reigns come out and cut a heel promo by saying he gave his all to the fans, but they never truly appreciated him, so screw them, or something along that nature. If the crowd wants to boo the guy, then let's give him a reason to boo him, because I think that would make what's going to happen in Dallas a whole lot less awkward. Coming from an old school wrestling fan, it won't be awkward for me, because I've seen a ton of heels get cheered before over faces. But for the casual wrestling fan that's hearing Triple H come out and run them down week after week, I can see a scenario in which the casual wrestling fan would watch WrestleMania and just wonder why Triple H is getting cheered. Like, he's saying all these bad things, so why is he getting cheered? So to clear all of this up, they should just spend the next 2 weeks making Roman Reigns as hateable as possible, and let's make Triple H as likable as possible. Even if they won't, I even proposed in the earlier video that I talked about, I even proposed that they bring back the D-Generation X music. I mean, let's just have Triple H come down and do the whole "Are you ready?" snitch that he always does. So that way, when we get to WrestleMania, roles will be defined and everything will come off great. I mean, Reigns will be a heel, he'll get booed, Triple H will be a face, he'll get cheered, and it'll be a desirable result for WWE if they just went with it. I mean, I understand that they are trying to get Reigns over as a face so that they can avoid the boos at the end of WrestleMania, but if they just go with it, there would be nothing wrong with Roman Reigns winning as a heel and ending WrestleMania with Reigns kind of giving it to 100,000 people. Because I mean, how does Reigns say that it's truly going to be one versus all? So let's have him win as a heel. Let's have him get on the ropes. Let's have him raise the championship. Let's have him antagonize the fans, and that would be a great send-off, just as good as having a face with the confetti coming down. That would be as good as that. So to close, I wish the best for Roman Reigns. Whenever I see the guy on Raw, SmackDown, he seems like a guy that's out there giving it his best effort and just giving it his all. But the booking is not helping him. I mean, the fans don't necessarily hate the guy, they hate the way that he's being presented. And at this point, if WWE would just go with the fan reaction, I think that Roman Reigns would be the top star in the company. So we've come to the end once again, and it's time for some cheap plugs. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at SwissKnife87, and feel free to comment or like on any one of my videos, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.